What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Bruce Springsteen, and we're back for another tune from the playlist curated by Michaela before we even begin going through a number of his proper albums and releases. And this is one that I've been given a bit of insight about because it is currently relevant, even though it's not a song from the present. Now, having just said that, for any of you interested, I have in fact just reacted to Bruce's Streets of Minneapolis over on my Patreon to the music video. Now, my Patreon is set up so that my music video reactions, they're embargoed for members only for the first 10 days, and since I uploaded it yesterday, for 9 more days you'd have to be a full member. Now, you can be a full member for as little as $5 a month, but the point is, within 9 days it'll be publicly visible and anyone can see it. So anyone who's enjoying the Bruce journey here on YouTube with the audio reactions might be interested to see that. So whether you join as a full member or wait until it's publicly available, you can go check that out on Patreon. And that song certainly made a big impression on me, and I think is exactly what needs to be heard in the current moment. But Michaela mentioned that this song, American Skin, 41 Shots, has a similar character and maybe similar subject matter, even if it wasn't written in the present and isn't about what is currently going on, but is reflective of a number of the same issues and perspectives. So in that respect, I feel like it's also the time to listen to this song. So once again, thank you to Michaela for sharing and for giving me that insight. And yeah, American Skin, I do wonder, I feel like it's a phrase that could go different ways. Obviously, someone's skin can also be a metaphor for their being, their life even, their physical matter. And then, of course, American Skin could relate to the, could be distinguished or distinct from non-American skin. And if you're wearing American skin, maybe there's different ramifications of that than if you're wearing non-American skin, which, again, given what's happening currently, I feel like that might be an interpretation that would make sense. But 41 shots, that sounds like an awful lot of shots, and thus, given the little tidbit I've been told and given the context currently, it sounds like maybe those 41 shots come from an over-aggressive, violent law enforcement response to something that perhaps doesn't warrant that level of violent response. So that's my thoughts in advance. Of course, I'll try to follow what I can in the moment. Make sure, yeah, Luca's right behind me, so I gotta be careful here. But this is Bruce Springsteen and his song American Skin, 41 Shots.
And we'll take that ride across the bloody river to the other side. 41 shots cut through the night. You're kneeling over his body in the vestibule, praying for his life. you've got to understand the rules. If an officer stops you, promise me you'll always be polite, and that you'll never ever run away. Promise mama you'll keep your hands inside. Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. No secret, my friend. You get killed just for living in your American scheme. Your American scheme.
very powerful tune indeed. I'll start with the sonics. So I enjoy the, what's the right word? Like processual feel. It feels like it's moving forward, not only like through the implied story, which I feel like this surely is linked to a very specific real event. And in fact, the bit about the wallet makes me think at some point, like late 90s, early 2000s, I do remember reading a story about someone who had like been shot and killed by police, who in fact was completely unarmed, and I think it was like he was holding his wallet and they had like, oh, it's a gun, and they shot him a bunch of times. So maybe that's it. Nevertheless, yes, the feeling of proceeding through the story is well conveyed by the sonics, and definitely there's some epic guitar work in there, but also some like ambient atmosphere and the chords, and I feel like there's these supporting vocals. I suppose they could be like, a keyboard kit that's kind of vocal like, but I think they were proper vocals that had this almost like heavenly uplifting type of feel, and obviously Bruce's vocals have some epic quality to them across the course of the tune as well. But yeah, there's it's not like a rocking tune, it's sort of an atmospheric tune, but it definitely gets a bit, guitar thick at times, and, it comes in at some forceful measure changes, some drum power. So yeah, it's like not what I would call a traditional ballad, but maybe like epic ballad, it's somewhere in that territory. But yeah, it's a tune that took its time, which I say in the best possible way. Yeah, it's over 7 minutes long. It definitely felt like a full journey, and I very much enjoy the atmosphere of the tune. And yeah, so lyrically, what I'm getting, I mean, there's some maybe metaphor, maybe literal, maybe both, like the idea of getting, going to the other side of the river, that could be someone who has in fact died, and whether that's, like going across the river Styx, or maybe like, their body was transferred from the scene to, a hospital, or, they passed away on the way. But then there was like a line early on about like kneeling over his body in the vestibule. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that's the scene where he was shot. But what I'm getting again is the idea of police making a rash decision and not de-escalating, using violent enforcement, and perhaps shooting this person 41 times when in fact maybe they weren't armed at all. And the idea of that, you're here, you can get killed just for being in your American skin, and saying, it's not a secret. Like the idea that police here shoot first and ask questions later, and I don't even think it's like painting with a super broad brush. I think it's saying that like, at any given time, especially, if you're an immigrant, or especially if you look a certain way, you're more inclined to face the over-violent enforcement of law enforcement here in the U.S. And there's that line, and maybe this is about the specific event that's being referenced, or maybe it's just in general. Again, if you come from an immigrant family, or if you come from a non-white family, your parents might tell you, like, if you ever run into law enforcement, don't give them a reason. Like, don't, keep your hands in sight, and, be polite. Don't, run away. Like, don't do something that'll lead to them shooting you. Now, again, if you read news, if you follow current events, and even, events going back to when I was young in the 80s and before that, like, even that won't guarantee it. You might do exactly what you're told, and someone could be trigger happy or like overstimulated and end up initiating a weapon discharge, and you can get shot and killed just for being in your American skin, even if you haven't done anything wrong. So that seems to be where the essence is. Again, apart from that vague memory of a story like this, with, again, the wallet reference being key, I don't know what this might be based on specifically, but as I said, I'm guessing there's a like real world story being told here. And yes, again, it feels very current, even though this is not something that was written in 2026. So yeah, again, his ability to make me feel like emotionally and be riveted to a narrative such as I could follow it while I'm also being impressed by his guitar work and his vocals is something that has definitely come across, even just with, now we're up to what, like maybe 10 Bruce reactions. So yeah, I'm very much enjoying this journey already, and there's so much more of it to go. Thank you once again to Michaela and to those who've been commenting on these first handful of Bruce reactions. And once again, over on my Patreon, if you are interested in hearing me talk about and experience the Streets of Minneapolis song, I encourage you to go check it out. In any case, once again, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.